Oh, what is the upskis, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the GxGamerCast. We're on episode 191 of my little gaming show where once a week I just have to talk about video games. Whether they're new video games that I'm playing today, old video games that I grew up with, it doesn't matter. Video games. And today we are taking a look at a grouping of indie games because, I don't know, some indie games don't necessarily get a whole video. There's not really a lot of meat on the bone for every single indie game, but I played a handful of indie games here over the last couple of months that really hit the spot, and I want to talk about them. So I got 4 indie games that I will be discussing today. One is super well known, maybe the other ones are a little more obscure, but I think they're all pretty decently well known if you are an indie gamer, but if you're not, I'm going to have some recommendations here for you, so stay tuned. But before we get into the indie talk, let us discuss what I've been up to over the last week or so as I encourage you, the viewer, the listener. Let me know what you have been up to over the last whatever amount of time. What games are you diving into right now? What movies have you seen recently? And are you binging any great TV shows right now? So hit me up with the recommendations and let me know what you're watching and doing. And here we go. So I got 2 movies on the docket this week, a rewatch and a new one. So the rewatch was Zootopia. Yes, I still watch children's movies. I don't care. I grew up with Disney and Pixar and all that crap. I watched all those freaking movies, Toy Story, Bug's Life, you name it, man. I saw like almost every single one of those movies, and then I stopped going and watching those movies like probably around, I don't know, maybe around 2003, like Finding Nemo was in and around the last time I was probably like super into the cartoon movies still. I still enjoy them. There's just a huge period there, Tangled, Frozen, what else was coming out during that? I just didn't watch any of that stuff. So I've missed out on a few, but there's some gems out there, and Zootopia is definitely one of the best animated movies I've seen in a while. It has arguably one of the funniest, if not the funniest scene I have ever seen in a movie of this nature with the sloths at the DMV. That was absolutely a genius scene. It is so incredibly funny. My wife and I wanted to rewatch it because the first time we saw that, absolute death, laughter, just absolutely out of control. So funny. So first Zootopia, I really enjoyed it, 8.5 out of 10. And then we got Zootopia 2. So I like this movie. I didn't like it as much as Zootopia 1. So I don't think that's really, that's very common with sequels. They're generally not as good as the first movie, but this is not a bad movie by any means. It's still very funny, very delightful. Animation's fantastic. It's funny. It just didn't have the big laughs that I was looking for from Zootopia 1. Like, the sloth was in it, but his scenes were nowhere near as good as the first movie, and yeah, I didn't enjoy it as much as the first one. I'd go 7.5 out of 10 on that one. That is streaming on Disney Plus now, so you can watch either of those movies. I would highly recommend them. They're fantastic watches. You don't even have to have a child to watch them. I watched it with my wife, and we enjoyed it very much, so that was delightful. In terms of TV shows, we got quite a few TV shows going on here. So I got Invincible Season 4. Watched another episode. It was good. I'm in. I like where they're going, and yeah, it's still great. I love Invincible. I didn't decide to go back and rewatch the whole entire show. I'm still on the fence about that one. Still undecided. I'm trying to see if I can get my wife to maybe be interested in it and maybe get a rewatch out of it that way. But I'm down for an Invincible rewatch. But we'll see where that one goes. So still enjoying that. We finished off the Challenge Season 41. It was really good. I really enjoyed it. What was it? It was like the new gen versus the old gen, and it was quite good. They had a lot of really prominent, well-known characters in the challenge that are reoccurring. What was his name? What's his name? I don't remember anymore. I can't remember all these friggin' names, but there was some good stuff going on in there. I really liked some of the new people coming in there. There was this one British girl. She was fantastic. She made it all the way to the end. I think she won, honestly. But she was awesome. She was a really awesome character. She was the underdog the whole entire show. Like, from day one, everyone counted her out, and she actually powered through. She was really impressive in the challenges, and Social Game was really good. I was really impressed with some of the new people there. So we'll see where that one goes, how many of the new gen people are going to be returning. I imagine there's going to be quite a few. There was one girl, I think her name was Sydney. She was just a monster. Holy jumping. The finale was also fantastic. I did not see that coming. The finale, it looked like it was done. Like, the person in front was so far ahead, and it was like, oh, it's done. Another team caught them and actually surpassed them and won. I was blown away. So that was really good. That was a really entertaining season of the challenge. I go 7.5 out of 10 for that season right there. And if you're looking for the challenge, that is on Paramount Plus. If you are, by chance, you like reality TV shows and you haven't checked out the challenge yet. Personally, I never heard of the challenge before until like 2 years ago when it popped up on my recommended feed. And it's been around since like the late 90s, so it's been around for a long time. It's a staple of MTV. I'm shocked I've never watched it. You know, I've watched Big Brother, I've watched Survivor, I've watched quite a bit of reality TV shows, and I've never heard of the challenge until just a couple of years ago. And it is one of the better ones I've seen. Like, it can be a little samey because you are getting a lot of the same people season after season. It's not a whole new crop every year. I'd say it's probably 50-50. You know, you get 10 new ones, 10 of the old people, and it's a pretty good balance. But sometimes, like, there's just some people I do not like, and they just continuously show up again and again and again. I'm like, oh, this guy. One person I was thinking of earlier was Bananas. He was very entertaining this season. He had a great monologue where he was like, I'm the challenge, and it was just, that was a big moment of the season. That was really funny. He didn't win, so that was fun. Anyway, enjoyed the challenge. What else am I watching? We got, hold on, gotta open up my thing here. Gen V, oh man, Season 2. All right, we jumped into Gen V Season 2 and finished it off. Awesome. Friggin' awesome. I really enjoy the show. If you watch The Boys and you don't know about Gen V is a spin-off show of The Boys. It takes place at a high school or a college or a university, something like that. A school for soups, and you get to, it is awesome. And it's, I'm not going to spoil anything, but it is tying together with The Boys, so eventually they're gonna like collide together and things are gonna be awesome. I'm very excited for the next season 3 of Gen V. It's probably gonna be phenomenal. So I'm really excited for that one. I have not gotten into the new season of The Boys yet. I'm waiting for it to finish off. There's only like 3 episodes, so I'm waiting for that to finish off. But we checked out Gen V. It's so good, dude. Like, it's so good. The first season was awesome. Second season, I might have liked the second season better, but I think I've given them both an 8, so 8 out of 10. Actually, I might go Gen V Season 2 8.5. Fuck it. I really enjoyed it. The blood, the gore, the funniness, just the characters are excellent too. A lot of great characters. I particularly love the girl that gets super giant and super small. She is my favorite character. I absolutely adore her. She's so cute, and I just want to press her nose. All right, so let's go on to video games. We got Infinite Wealth, Yakuza Like a Dragon, freaking just plowing through this game right now. It is a massive game. Probably not going to have it done for next episode. Probably be the episode after. We'll do Infinite Wealth. Next episode, probably going to do like my favorite characters or something like that. But anyway, Infinite Wealth, really enjoying it. I'm probably in the back third of the game now. Maybe I'm definitely past the halfway point. I think there's like 14 chapters. I'm on chapter 9, possibly 10. So we're getting there, and I can't wait to talk about it because it's a delightful game, and there's a lot of things that it does well, but I'll save that for the episode, so we'll save that for another day. What else have I been playing? Some Chivalry 2. Still playing a little bit of that with Jesse and a little bit with Luke. Really enjoy Chivalry. I love lobbing off arms, and got into the crossbow quite a bit. It was pretty fun. The crossbow's pretty enjoyable. It's more powerful, obviously, than a regular bow, but it shoots slower because you got to reload it a bunch. But it's fun. I like sniping people with the crossbow. I really started to enjoy, I forget what class it's called, but I just go in with the sword and shield, fucking bashing people with my Morning Star, and it's freaking a lot of fun. I'm doing very good with that class. I had some fun with this dude with a giant freaking axe scythe thing. That was a lot of fun. It's an enjoyable game. I'm happy that I didn't miss the boat on Chivalry, and if there is a Chivalry 3 ever coming out, I'd probably be pretty interested on that one, because I'm really enjoying Chivalry 2. We got some Rocket League, playing some Rocket League still with Jesse. Not really anything new to report. It's Rocket League. It's a lot of fun. Mario Kart 8 finally dipped into the online for Mario Kart 8. Believe it or not, I have not played Mario Kart 8 online yet. I just strictly played single player, and was still doing that because I'm very gun shy about going online with Mario Kart, because I don't know, I think I'm really good at Mario Kart, but I get humbled really quickly when I played Mario Kart online on Wii. So I got humbled real bad, and but it's pretty cool because you can choose regional on this one, so I don't have to play with people from Japan or anything that are just way better than me. So I got to play with some fellow Americans. I'm not an American. I don't know why I said fellow Americans. Fellow Canadians. I was playing with some Canadians. Not a lot of us out there, so let's fucking go. But dude, people have gotten insane in this game. Like, I won 2 races, so I managed to win a couple of times. It's pretty interesting. You start out like with a rank, like a level 1000, and you gain points by depending on what position you finish in. So first place, for example, you get like 24 points. Boom, you're rank fucking 1024. So you're moving up. You'll get like negative points if you're down in the bottom half, or bottom. If you're like if you're in the final 3, you probably get minus points. But there are some people out there that have managed to get up to 99,999 level, which is an insane amount of Mario Kart. So yeah, I'm consistently in lobbies with people that are like level 99,000, 86,000, fucking shit like that. And I'm down here level 1,000. I'm just a rookie right now, but I'm doing pretty good. I would say my favorite place to position is 9th. I finished 9th a lot. I get screwed out of first place a lot. I will be in first place for like, I get in first place very often, and then I just get slaughtered. I get hit with a blue shell, red shell, lightning, fucking everything hits me. Boom, you're in freaking 12th place in no time, and Bob's your uncle. It's over. So it's a lot of fun, though. It is delightful. I am debating if I should get Mario Kart World, because I know there's some flaws with that game that people aren't really jiving with. So I'm kind of debating if I should wait for them to kind of get the kinks out of that Mario Kart and just continue on with Mario Kart 8, because there's absolutely nothing wrong with that game. Still plays amazingly, and it's so fun to play it on the couch, man. Like, just handheld, rocking out, watching some wrestling or something. You're just rocking out some Mario Kart. Very intense, very quick matchups. A race will last a couple minutes. Like, they don't take very long. Doesn't take very long to get into the next race. So yeah, again, another multiplayer thing that I have avoided like the plague, but now I'm playing it and I'm really enjoying it, and I'm really kicking myself for not getting in there earlier. And I have some rookie numbers in Mario Kart 8, man. I only got like 40 hours on this game, and I know there's people out there that have like thousands and thousands of hours, which is pretty insane. It is a great game, but I can't see myself putting in that amount of time on a Mario Kart game, but I can see people doing it. I understand that. So been playing some Mario Kart 8, and what else have we got here? Oh, Pixel Junk Monsters 2. Been playing that. I'm probably done with that game. It's a little challenging, and it doesn't really explain some things. I don't really understand what's going on. There's like a certain enemy type that I just don't know what to do with it, and nothing seems to work on them. So I'm just going to probably throw in the towel. I just wanted to check out Pixel Junk Monsters. It always seemed like a neat little game from the early days of indies, which I guess I could kind of talk about it right now. I can kind of throw in Pixel Junk Monsters as an extra bonus indie game here for you. But it's a nice little tower defense game. You put up your towers, you're fighting against enemies like spiders and like boulder men and shit like that. But it's pretty cool. You got flying enemies to deal with. There's quite a few levels to play, probably over a dozen levels, each with different difficulty options, so you get 2 difficulty options. It can get pretty challenging, it really can. The load times are a little bit bad. There's some not great load times there, I will admit. It does take a little bit of time to get into a game, which is a little bit disappointing. And when you just want to retry again, it takes like a minute or 2 to get back into the game. So it's like, okay, the overworld kind of sucks. It's a little bit confusing. The graphics are fine. Nice, colorful, good art style. Music is not very prominent at all. The characters are kind of cute. It's a good little tower defense game. I would give it a 7 out of 10 in terms of a tower defense game. It's very inexpensive. I probably picked it up for a couple of bucks, and I think I got a couple of bucks worth out of this game. Absolutely. More than that. Absolutely more than that. It was a good, 10 hours I put into this game. Good on handheld. Excellent handheld situation. So yeah, I would recommend that. And speaking of handheld situations, I purchased Darkest Dungeon. Looks like a really cool game. Don't really know a lot about it. It just looks like a kind of hardcore RPG. Looks really cool. And there's a Darkest Dungeon 2. So if I like this one, I can get that one. So it looks cool. It looked like I was looking for games that I can play handheld on the couch. And that one looked like it'd be a pretty good one to try out. So if anyone's tried out Darkest Dungeon, let me know. Maybe I'll talk about it in the next indies episode that I do, because there's another grouping of indie games that I want to get to. And yeah, we could probably do another episode like this. So there we go, everybody. That's all I've been up to. Bunch of video games, bunch of movies and TV shows. Been busy. So I'm getting a lot done. So there you go. Let me know what y'all have been watching, and let's get into it, y'all. Let's talk about four little indie games right now, and let you know how good they are. That is some strange-ass music right there. We'll talk about Thank Goodness You're Here, but first, I'm going to start with Balatro. Start with a really well-known indie game, probably one of the more popular indie games to come out over the last few years, and man, did this game ever just explode all over my feeds when this game dropped. Like, I didn't hear a darn thing about this game, and all of a sudden, it drops. Every podcast, every video game podcast is talking about it. YouTubers are talking about it. My friends are talking about it. I'm like, what the hell is this game? Well, it turns out it's a rogue-like poker video game. Yes, very unique video game, and my goodness, is it ever addicting. Holy crap. Now, you don't really have to know poker. You don't have to know Texas Hold'em. It's going to teach you all that stuff, and it's pretty straightforward. If I can do it, you can do it. Trust me on that one. I'm terrible at card games. I'm terrible at board games. Like, trying to explain a board game to me is like yelling at drywall. It's just not gonna happen. I got to play the board game to understand the board game. But anyway, you start playing Balatro, you're going to get it in no time. It's very I'm not going to say simple, but it is pretty basic. It's a pretty basic concept, and it's got a simple art style as well, and sound design does its job. It's fine. We're not really worried about that stuff. That's not what we're looking for out of a game like this. Some compelling storytelling and absolutely epic soundtrack. It has, I don't even know if it really has a soundtrack. I think it's mostly just sound effects like the cards and all that stuff. I don't even know if there is music. I don't think I've ever played this game outside of handheld mode, and when I play in handheld mode, I have the volume very low, so I don't think I've ever even heard music from Balatro before, so that's my bad. But regardless, there's not a lot going on. It's cards, so the cards look like poker cards, so they're fine with me. I like the art style of the game. It's very unique, and it looked good. Freaking fits, so I like that. So what are you doing in this game? So you're using poker hands to score points, and you need to hit a set score to move on to the next round. So you start with a round, they're like, okay, score 1,000 points. Sure, no problem. All right, lay down a hand of a pair of fucking threes. Boom, you get fucking 70 points right there. And you can add on to that. So you can upgrade your poker hands and make them worth more points. You can get these Joker cards. So they introduce you to Joker. After you finish a round, you can purchase things. You'll get money for successfully completing a round, or even doing certain things. If you play a certain hand, it can give you bonus money. If you shit like that. So then you get Jokers. Jokers are game changers, absolute game changers. This is what makes it a roguelike, because you get these Joker cards that do crazy things. From one of the craziest things I've seen a Joker do is you have a straight. So if you don't know what a straight is, I'm really sorry, but you have a straight. It takes 5 cards in a row. You need 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right. And a Joker can make it that you can have it alternate. So you can do 2, 4, 6. You can skip cards if you want to, which makes straights just incredibly easy to do. So you get a Joker card like that, you're going to start upgrading your straights. You're going to start finding things to make straights possible. So you get other cards. You get Arcana. I think they're called Arcana. I don't know. You get these cards. You have planet cards. The planet cards upgrade your hands. So like Saturn upgrades a straight. A Jupiter upgrades your 2 pair. And you can upgrade 3 of a kind, 4 of a kind, straight, full flush, royal flush, one hand. You can have the high card, so even when you don't have anything, you can still score points. If you have nothing, you're just like, oh shit, I can't play anything, and you only have so many hands to play, right? To hit that point threshold. Let's say, for example, you get 3 hands to play, and you get 4 throwaways. Just like, okay, I don't need this 3, I'll toss it. So you get like 4 of those, and you can throw out as many cards. You can throw up to 5. You discard 5 cards, I believe, per round, and that counts as 1. So you can get rid of a bunch of cards, try and get the cards that you need to get, and it's all about scoring points. And it's really, really fun watching the score points go up, especially when you get some absolutely ridiculous jokers. The jokers you're looking for are the ones that do multiplication tables instead of pluses. So you can get a joker that's like, oh, hey, you get extra 100 points if you play a straight. That's pretty cool. But you can get it even better where it's like, all right, you get times 2 for every straight you play. What's better, times 2 your points or plus 50? You're going to double your points. That's better. So you're going to upgrade those jokers. You can upgrade your joker cards as well. You can make them more... Wait, can you upgrade your joker cards? You can make them more powerful by doing things. You can make them more powerful. Say you play... What can you do to make them more powerful? Oh, so for example, if it wants you to discard cards from your deck, and it'll make the card more powerful. So for every discarded card, it upgrades the multiplication table a little bit by bit, maybe by a quarter. So it's like 2.25, and then it goes up by 2.25, 2.275, and then finally a 3. So you can upgrade it by quarters. It's really powerful. It's really OP. That's where you're getting crazy hands that are worth like... I've had hands worth over 1 million points before. People have probably blown that out of the water. You can get some ridiculous hands in this game, and it's really, really fun finding the combinations. And at the beginning of the round, at the beginning of the game, you can pick a certain deck to play with. So each deck has like a different like little perk or a little challenge. One of my favorites that I've been playing with recently is it's no face cards. So you have no kings, queens, or jacks in your deck. It's strictly number cards, and that makes the strategy super interesting because I was doing hands that I've never done before because I generally focus on the kings, queens, and jacks because they're worth more points. A king, queen, and jack are worth 10 points, while your other face cards are worth their respective amount. 8 is worth 8, 3 is worth 3, 2 is worth 2, so on and so forth. Aces are worth 11 or 1. So they can be used in 2 situations. There are no joker cards in your deck, so just clear that up right now. But man, this game is addicting. There's tons of decks to play with different challenges. I believe there's downloadable content where you can get like different styles of decks from different video games, I believe. I haven't checked that out, but regardless, this game is one of the more addicting indie games I have ever played. It is super fun, super easy to get into. I promise you, even if you do not know poker, you will be into this game within 10 minutes. It will get you, it will grab you, and it won't let go, and you'll be playing it. It's so freaking... You can play it on mobile now. You can play it on your Switch handheld. You can play it on pretty much everything. I haven't played it on mobile. That sounds like a deadly combination to have that on the go like that. I prefer to play it on my Switch handheld mode, watching some wrestling, watching some hockey, something like that. And you cannot go wrong with Balatro. It is one of my most prized indie games of all time. It's one of my highest recommended games I've ever recommended. Like, when this game came out and I started playing it, I went to like every gaming nerd that I knew, and I was like, yo, you gotta check out this Balatro game. There was one guy I had to whittle, like, he is my roguelite friend. All he plays is freaking roguelites. And I was like, dude, you gotta check out Balatro. And it took him like 6 months to get to it. And when he finally did, he was like, dude, that is one of the best games I have ever played in my life. One of the most addicting roguelites you'll ever play. And it is awesome. These are the kind of roguelites that really stand out when they really take something unique. There is another one that has caught my eye. It's a slot machine roguelite game. I believe the homie Jesse has played that one. I haven't gotten to that one yet, but let me know if that one's good. I've heard some good things about that game, but I have not tried it out just yet. But Balatro, you cannot go wrong, man. It is one of the funnest strategy puzzle games I have ever personally played, so it comes at the highest recommendation, 9 out of 10 for Balatro, because it's just so damn fun. and cheap. It's very cheap. You can get it very affordably. I forget how much. I don't know if it was $25 or $16, something like that, but it's worth the full price. In all honesty, I rarely recommend games at full price, but I will recommend Balatro on full price. It is on Game Pass, I do believe, so if you have Game Pass, check it out. I don't believe it's on the PlayStation Plus stuff yet, but can't go wrong with Balatro. 9 out of 10. Let's go to the next game. We're going to do Neva up next. So Neva was a game that was on my list for quite some time because someone said it reminded them of Hayao Miyazaki. That's probably my favorite director of all time. He's made some of my favorite movies of all time, Princess Mononoke, Spirited Away, so on and so forth. So whenever I hear a game's got an art style like a Hayao Miyazaki movie, I'm in. You don't say anymore. I'm in. So I was in on Neva, finally got it. It's currently on the PlayStation Plus Premium, so if you want to play it, it's there for you. And that's where I played it. I played it on PS5, and I will not shy away from this. This game is emotional. Very emotional. I literally got emotional 2 minutes into this game. It made me start to tear up a little bit. I was like, what the fuck, man? It builds such a strong bond between you and the main character Neva, who is like a wolf, if you haven't seen the box art, it's like a wolf, but it's an absolutely lovely story that hits the feels. I'm not going to spoil it here because it is very touching. It is very sad. So if you aren't okay with really sad animal stories, you might want to avoid this one because it is pretty sad. I would say the saddest part is the beginning. After that, it's pretty okay, but the story really rocked me. It was quite good. So basically an evil force is spreading across the land, very Princess Mononoke style. Like the beginning of the game highly reminded me of Princess Mononoke, especially some of the creatures that you see. So anyway, you and Neva are bringing peace back to the world. You're bringing the color back, you're bringing peace, you're getting rid of these nasty demons. And let's talk about the art style. It's very, very pretty. Nice lush pinks and purples, greens, and a watercolor style. I will say it is not quite Hayao Miyazaki art style, but some of the creature designs definitely gave me that vibe. So it's close. I'd say the closest video game I've ever played to a Hayao Miyazaki movie was, what's that game called? Oh, shit. Oh, man, Wrath of the Witch King or something like that. Nemo? I don't remember. It's a fantastic little game. Hold on, I'm going to go check out the collection. I'm going to go get that name for Ni no Kuni. I got it. Ni no Kuni, that game. Freaking unbelievable. Only Ni no Kuni 1. They changed the art style in Ni no Kuni 2. But Ni no Kuni 1 is not only one of the best looking Hayao, it is a Hayao Miyazaki movie in a video game form, plus it's Pokemon. You're catching these little creatures and training them up. It is an unbelievable video game. So check that one out. I just Ni no Kuni, man. I fucking love that game. Absolutely adore it. Anyway, so yeah, it doesn't necessarily look quite as good as a Hayao Miyazaki movie, but I loved the color scheme in this game. The pinks were just vibing, man. The purples look so good. And let's talk about the music. The music is absolutely lovely. Great mix of violin and piano melodies. A lot of piano, very sad but relaxing at the same time. Kind of relaxes you into this really nice world that they've built right here. And let's talk about the gameplay. So the gameplay kind of caught me off guard. I admittedly didn't know anything about this game going in other than the art style, and it's sad, but I wasn't expecting it to be like an action platforming game. Kind of reminded me of Hollow Knight, but more linear and obviously nowhere near as difficult, so you don't have to worry about this. Not a very difficult game, not a very long game either. It's quite short. I think 4-ish hours was how long it took me to get through it. And it's not really necessarily like a replayable game. It's kind of one and done. So with that being said, I would recommend you get this on sale, or if you have the PlayStation Plus, play it there. I don't necessarily think it's worth the $25.99 I think they're asking for. It's up to you. It's up to you. $25 is not very much for a video game. It's just not very long. So anyway, the platforming feels really nice in this game. Double jump, you got a dash, it's pretty good. The combat is basic, but also pretty good. There's a downward thrust attack that feels good, but, you don't have any upward strikes. There's no parry. I don't believe there's any blocking or anything like that. So it's not like like I said, it does kind of remind me of Hollow Knight, but a very basic version of it. The combat isn't as deep. There's no RPG mechanics to this game. It's pretty simple. But there's some good boss fights here as well. There were some boss fights in again, I was not expecting boss fights, but there were some good boss fights right here. There's a 2-on-1 boss fight that really stood out for me. That was by far my favorite fight in the game. But overall, a great 4-ish hour experience that will absolutely touch your heart for sure. Great boss fights, beautiful music, pretty art style, and surprisingly good gameplay. I was expecting a more story-driven video, which it is. It is a story game, but I didn't expect the gameplay to be like right there with it. You know what I was kind of expecting an Inside Limbo kind of game where you're kind of just walking through, experiencing these events, but no, there's gameplay here. It's good. There's platforming, there's boss fights, there's combat, and it's good. It's not great, it's good, but the story, the art style, and the music make this a great game. I'm giving it an 8 out of 10 for Neva. I would definitely recommend checking it out, but maybe look for it on a deal, just because it's really short and not that replayable. Unless you want to, I think there are collectibles that you could miss, and I did miss. I didn't get the platinum on this game. Probably should have, but you would have to play through it again. I just don't really want to get emotional again, even though I know what's coming this time, but I just don't want to put myself through that. So there we go. Let's move on to the next game now. We got Thank Goodness You're Here. This is a strange video game. So that was the music that I played entering into this conversation. That was from Thank Goodness You're Here. It's a very strange British humor video game. So what they call is a comedy slapformer. So you're slapping everything. That's pretty much all you're doing in this game. You're interacting with environments, smacking the shit out of everything, everyone, anything that you can get your hand on, and you slap it, and they call it a slapformer, where there is some minor platforming and stuff you are doing, but basically, you are sent to a strange little town of Barnsworth to help make things better, with a massive question mark on that. I don't know if you're here to make things better, because you certainly don't make things better in this town. By the end, the town is in absolute chaos because of you. So there is that. So at the beginning of the game, this is probably one of the coolest things about it, is you get to choose if you do understand this outrageous British slang that they have in this game, or you do not. So if you do understand it, they'll start using this very British lingo that is not overly familiar to me, because I am not from Britain, but I imagine the British people absolutely adore this. Must be fantastic. But I went ahead and did the accent. I wanted to get the full experience of this game, and it's very silly, very charming, goofy art style. The characters look absolutely hilarious. They're making these ridiculous faces. It kind of reminds me of like Ren and Stimpy, SpongeBob SquarePants, you know, when they make the funny detailed faces and stuff like that. Rippin' Friends, anybody remember that? Come on now. But I dug the art style. It was very goofy. It was very charming. The animation was great. Kind of really reminded me of watching cartoons. Like, this looks like a weird cartoon that you would watch like on a Saturday morning. The music reminds me of a lazy Saturday watching cartoons. Really fits the theme of the game. Like, it's absolutely perfect. You got these really funny ongoing gags throughout the game. The one that got me was there's this chimney guy. So you're on the roof and you go into this chimney. And the guy's just sitting there chilling, just reading the paper, minding his own business. And you come crashing through his fire pit and you make a massive mess. There's soot and dust everywhere. And he's just like, ah. And this happens like 4 more times throughout the game, and it gets worse and worse every time. He's getting angrier and angrier each time. It's like a well-developed episode of a television show. It's like you're developing something, you're creating a character, you're creating a moment, a repeatable thing, but it's funnier every single time. So they're really good at doing that. I must admit, quite good at doing that. There's another one, ongoing gag. Everything costs $10. But they call it Bob, 10 Bob. Everything is 10 Bob, but it's $10. So everything from fucking a house is $10 to a freaking crumb on the ground is $10. It's just, everything is 10 Bob. Very funny. So the gameplay is pretty basic. There's not much outside of slapping the shit out of everything to solve little puzzles, you know, maybe you gotta knock over this flower pot to fucking activate this, and you smack a guy and he goes running into something and knocks something over and you can continue on. But yeah, he's pretty much just some simple puzzles, a lot of slapping, a lot of laughs, great funny art style. It's a short but sweet experience. Literally felt like I sat down and watched cartoons for a couple hours. I think I beat the game in an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours. I got to 2 hours. I'm not sure if I even got 2 hours out of this game. But this is another one that is currently on the PlayStation Plus, I do believe. So if you have Premium, check this game out. It's very short and sweet. If you like funny cartoons, you grew up with weird funny cartoons, you like SpongeBob, you like, I don't know, if you just like laughing, you're probably going to get a good little experience out of this game. It was quite charming, quite delightful. Music was good. The jokes were funny. And yeah, it made me laugh. I would give it a 7.5 out of 10. All right, and finally, our last indie game for today's episode we'll be talking about is Absalom. And Absalom came out on Game Pass just recently, and this is a game that I had on my list the second I heard about it, because it is a 2.5D roguelite beat-em-up with cooperative play. So I was like, oh snap, fucking texted up the homie Jetty, and I'm like, dog, we gotta play this game. And it took a little bit of convincing, but not very much, and I got him to play it with me, and it is delightful. Delightful video game right here, so let's talk about it. Let's start with the art style. Lovely art style to this game. Lots of colors. Awesome animations in this game as well. Cool enemy designs. I was really impressed with the animations in this one. The good variety of, well, there's different characters in the game. They all got a variety of moves. And you're not seeing like the repeat moves over and over. I mean, you kind of are. There's only so many moves. But it's kind of like, I'll save that for later. But the art style is really good. Lots of colors, a lot of details in the backgrounds. I really like the art style in this game. I think I do have it written down for one of my favorite art styles of the year right now, so that's going good for it. The music in this game, oh buddy, absolutely slaps. I really am enjoying the music in this one, especially there is a boss fight that you do against the like fucking Skeleton King dude or something. It is the heaviest metal. It is Judja. That is what me and Jesse call it. We call it Judja, and it is it's just so heavy. It's head-banging. It is amazing. Now, it may not be that music for everybody, but once you start playing this game, and you're punching and kicking the shit out of people, and then the metal music kicks in, you're going to be like, oh, fuck yeah. This is hitting. This is banging right here. So there is absolutely something great going on with the music in this game. Really enjoyed it so far. Now, I will say I did not finish this game yet. We haven't gotten through the entirety of the game. We put in a handful of hours, but I wanted to talk about it. So there is a story to this game, but I will admit it's not really grabbing me. I'm not really paying attention to it. The characters don't really... Their designs are cool. Like, there's a frog mage dude. I'm like, that's pretty fucking cool. Especially me being a huge Chrono Trigger guy. You know, frogs in my games are always going to be a good time. So I'm down with that guy. But the story is I can't even tell you what the hell the story is trying to do right now, or what it's going for. I don't know. I'm just here to punch things and, just beat the crap out of stuff. So that's what you do. You choose one of 4 playable characters, each with their own play style. So you got like a kind of a fisticuffs dwarf, and he's definitely like in your face, pound you down, great combos on that guy. You got the magic frog that can do a little bit of everything. You got ranged attack, you got in close attacks, and everyone's got a special attack as well that you can unleash, and there's like different unlockable attacks you can do. So there's good variety on every run with that. So you can choose different characters. What's the other characters? We got the assassin with the big sword is the one I started out with. Saw a big sword, got flashbacks of my strength build in Dark Souls and stuff like that, just pancaking people. I'm like, yeah, I want the big sword person, and I really enjoyed them. They all kind of like are good at a little bit of everything. Like, the dwarf definitely specializes in close. The magician is, I don't know, they're good at both. Like, I think most of them are all good at both, but they probably are a little bit better than others. Like, the big sword obviously is probably is stronger than a fisticuff. But you got an assassin as well, and yeah, the assassin, I don't know, I did play the assassin. She's quick, kind of weak, not the, like, you can get some decent combos with her, but she was probably the least favorite out of the 4 that we played with. So let's talk about the gameplay. The gameplay feels really good. You're pulling off satisfying combos and special moves on these enemies on the 2.5D plane, so you can kind of move up and down. Like, it's not like sectionized where you can just like hit the D-pad up and you're like in this next level. It's wide open. You can walk all over the screen, but that can kind of backfire a little bit because you can be not on the same level as the enemy and you're missing punches and stuff like that you feel like you probably shouldn't be missing. But honestly, the closest thing I feel when I play this game is Smash Bros. Like, which is a high compliment because the combat and combos and everything in Smash are unbelievable. But just imagine Smash with only 4 characters and you're going through levels just beating the shit out of people. So say you got like a Link character, you got like a Sheik, you got, I don't know why I'm going all Legend of Zelda people here. You got a big sword person like Ike maybe, and then you got the magician kind of like a Pikachu or something. I don't fucking know. I don't know where I'm going with that one. That wasn't a good idea. Anyway, so the gameplay reminds me of Smash Bros, which is great. Each run offers new perks for you, for your character to choose different paths to take along the way. So I will admit that the perks that you get aren't like, they're definitely not Balatro levels of game changing. Like, all of a sudden I can do like a triple jump backflips, sideward sword slash. Like, no, you're not really getting that. You're getting some like minor bonuses, minor little upgrades, stuff like that. Nothing crazy that I've seen so far in my playthroughs of the game, but I really enjoy the different paths you're allowed to take. I think that's really cool. So it kind of adds variety as well. And so far, each run that we've done has been a little bit different, where like something different down a different path might happen. We're fighting a different enemy, or something different has happened, like kind of a mini cutscene, or not really a cutscene, but like a story moment might happen over here. And it's like, oh, we went here last time and that didn't happen. So there's cool things happening on each run. Now, some runs are kind of just a run, like you just go through, you get killed. It's a pretty difficult game. I will admit, I'm not like a professional at beat 'em ups by any mean. I didn't really play a lot of them growing up. Played like Streets of Rage a little bit, and I don't know. I think Streets of Rage might be the only one that I think I played, but definitely not a professional at this. And it is hard. It is a challenging video game. You got some really tough boss fights that will kick your ass. Admittedly, kicked my ass. Me and Jesse got our ass kicked. So, but it was fun. It was enough. There's enough on this game that kept me coming back. Unlike Sworn, Sworn didn't draw me back in. I guess I can kind of go off on a little side tangent with Sworn, because don't think I'll be talking about it anymore after this episode. But Sworn was a Hades-like roguelike. It literally played just like Hades, but it didn't have the elements that make Hades amazing. The story, the characters, the development, the perks, it just didn't have that. What it does have is great gameplay. Got great gameplay. I can't take that away from that game. It felt like I was playing Hades, which is a huge compliment, and especially that's what they were going for, and I think they nailed that. So they just need to get some better characters, make it so that I actually want to go on another run. Like, there's something I'm fighting for. In Sworn, there was nothing I'm fighting for other than just going through it and just beating the game. Like, there really wasn't anything I was fighting for. I really didn't feel. I went through 1 or 2 runs and I was like, yeah, I'm good, dog. Like, there's not enough meat on the bone to that game outside of the gameplay, and I needed a little more than that. The art style was fine, the music was fine, nothing wrong there. It's just, I don't know, that's what happens when you play a game like Hades. The bar gets set so fucking high that any other game that's trying to be Hades, it's going to be very challenging for that game to break through with me, because I've played Hades 1 and 2. I adore them. They're arguably the greatest indie games I have ever personally played. But Sworn, if you are itching for more Hades, like dying, like you, for some reason you just can't play more Hades, there's nothing left, you've done everything in Hades, then I recommend Sworn. That's as far as I go. It's on Game Pass, so you can check it out there. Now back to Absalom. Absalom, difficult game for sure. You're gonna be going through multiple runs, but yeah, man, the art style definitely grabbed me. The music is phenomenal. I want to get back into this game and get back to that music and try different runs. Not done with this game yet, so I don't know if I want to score it right now. I would say like a review in progress on this game is an 8 out of 10. I think it's a great game, really fun, great combat. Music, yeah, man, there's a lot good going on. A lot of great things going on with this game right here. I'm really enjoying it. Want to finish it off, and yeah. So that is it, everybody. That is all the games that I wanted to talk about today, but we're going to do a little bit more here since the episode's a little bit short. Let's talk about some more indie games that I want to get to, and maybe we'll be talking about in the next indie game episode. So off the bat, the first one that I want to talk about is, I think it's Sword in the Sea, I think it's called, something like that. Another game that dropped day one on the PlayStation Plus Premium, and I saw great reviews for it. It seems like a Journey, what's the other, Flower type of game where you're kind of just, I don't know, kind of just moving through these gorgeous environments. I don't know. That's why I want to play it. I want to see what this game is about. I don't know a lot. I don't do a lot of research into like the games unless like it's something that's really new or something I've never heard of before. Then I'll do my research. But generally, if it's got good reviews, that's good enough for me, you know? So this one's got good reviews. It's on the PlayStation Premium thing, so it's there for me. So why not? I downloaded it and I want to try it out. Haven't gotten to it yet. Now it looks like it's going to be a beautiful game. I don't think it's going to like really impact me because I played Journey not long ago, like a year or two ago, and I was like, yeah, it was all right. Like I didn't give it like Game of the Year nods that it was getting back in the day. Like I wouldn't put a game like that in my Game of the Year because it was kind of barely a video game. You're not really doing anything other than moving across these lands. It's gorgeous, don't get me wrong. It's just, there's just not a lot of gameplay there. So I'm hoping that this Sword in the Sea has a little more, like maybe there's some combat, maybe there's some enemies. Like I don't really know what I'm expecting out of this game. I hope it knocks my socks off and is a big surprise, and that's what I'm hoping for. So I'm looking forward to that game for sure. We could talk about Darkest Dungeon. Darkest Dungeon I want to get to. I don't know when I'm going to get to it. I'm a little bit busy right now with some stuff, so I don't know when I'm going to get to Darkest Dungeon because I have a mystery game on the go right now on my Switch that I'm not going to talk about till next week. We'll talk about that. I'll save that for next week. But Darkest Dungeon, I don't really know a lot about this game other than it's pretty hardcore. It looks really hardcore, probably pretty difficult, I imagine, but it looks like a me kind of game, kind of RPG. I don't know if it was a roguelite or not or something like that, but looks really cool. We got Sectori, I think it's called Sectori. This one looks really cool. It's shoot 'em up, shmup, if you will, and it looks incredibly difficult. If you've ever played like an Ikaruga, I don't know if it's going to be something that intense, but it looks really cool. I haven't played a shoot 'em up since like Resogun. Does anyone remember Resogun? Like one of the early PS4 games. Me and Jesse, shout out, Rod. We played the shit out of that game when I first got my PlayStation 4. That's really all we had. We had that and Call of Duty Ghost. And Call of Duty Ghost sucked ass. It was terrible. So I played a lot of Resogun. Freaking awesome video game. Yeah, I haven't played in ages, but it was awesome. Okay. Actually, you know what? I have another game on mind that I was recently talking to Jesse about, and I want to talk about it right now. And that game is Sanctum 2. Sanctum 2 is one of the most unique video games I've ever played in terms of tower defense. It is a tower defense game, but is also a first-person shooter. Yeah, I got your attention yet? Check this game out, dog. It's pretty old, but it's still fun. I played it on PC way back in the day when I had a PC, and it was delightful. You are setting up turrets and you're setting up your own path. I'm pretty sure you set the path that they're going to go on. Like, okay, they're coming here, and you can start building a path like a design path for them to go down. The combat was excellent. The first person shooting was very tight, very, very satisfying. One of the best, if not the best, tower defense game I've ever played. Now, granted, I've only played like 3 of them. Bloons Tower Defense, like the first one, Pixel Junk, and Sanctum 2. If I had to choose one of those 3 games to play right now, I'm probably taking Sanctum 2 because that game was very unique, very fun. So if you are a tower defense person and you have not checked out Sanctum 2, check out Sanctum 2. Very cool video game. I liked it a lot. So just wanted to shout that one out there right now. Okay, so another game that I want to play, I believe it's an indie game. It looks like it's an indie game, and that is Dispatch. Dispatch is definitely probably the highest on my list for want to play indie games because it's a story-based superhero kind of situation. I am hoping. Now, again, this is a game I've done very minimum research. Like, what I told you is what I know, and that's enough to sell me on it. I'm like, all right, we got a story-based kind of game. Those are the kind of games my wife and I like to play, like Telltale games. What's that other one called? Ooh, Life is Strange. A little more story-driven, making decisions and stuff like that. That's what I think it is. I don't know 100%, so don't take me on that. That's going to be for an episode when I actually do play it, but this is something I really want to check out. It's got incredible reviews. Kind of funny, absolutely love this game. I think it was like number 4 or something on their Game of the Year list, which is very, very high. It just looks awesome. It looks great. It's a little bit on the pricier side for an indie game. It's like $40, so I'm waiting for a bit of a price drop right there because I'm a cheap asshole and I can't pay full price for anything because, like, no way, man. There's too many price drops on games. Like, I rarely pay full price for video games unless it's Nintendo, because Nintendo rarely drops the prices on their games. It's crazy. All right, so Dispatch I wanted to play. Sectoria, talked about that one. I don't know if there's anything else that is like really shipping. I mean, there are some like backlog games that I really got to get to. Celeste is number 1 on that list. I really got to get to Celeste. That is like, man, that is an indie game that it feels like it's a can't miss indie game. I've stayed away from it because of the difficulty of the platforming. I'm not a good platformer kind of guy. I have gotten through Super Meat Boy. I've gotten through Donkey Kong Country 2. I've gotten through Tropical Freeze. Like, I've gotten through some pretty difficult platformers, but this one sounds like a different level. So I've been a little gun shy with this one, but it seems like a must play. Like, the story sounds delightful, yet sad and compelling. The gameplay looks really good. The art style looks really unique. And I really got to check that one out. I have it pretty much available to me on everything. I don't have it on Switch right now, but I've seen it for as low as $6 on Switch. So an incredible deal. It's a very inexpensive video game. So I imagine that's one of the absolute must-play indie games that I have not played yet. Another one that I don't know if I'm ever going to get to this one, y'all, is Cuphead. I have not played Cuphead yet. Yep. I admit it. I have not played Cuphead. I was as interested in that game as everybody when it first got showed off. That art style, that 50s Mickey Mouse cartoon fucking art style was unlike anything I've ever seen before. And still to this date, I don't think a game has replicated what Cuphead has done. But why I stay away from Cuphead is, again, kind of the same reason for Celeste, the difficulty. And it's a platformer. I'm not good at platformers. It's basically a boss rush game. There's not like really levels you're going through. It's kind of just a boss fight, another boss fight from what I can tell. But yeah, another reason why I haven't played it yet is it hasn't really gone on sale. It goes on sale for like, it's like a $25 game. They'll put it on sale for like $21. I'm like, like, that's not a deal. That's just a sneeze, just a sniff of a deal. I need a deal. I need 50% off or more. That's a deal. So I've always been looking and waiting for a price drop on Cuphead, but I've been waiting for probably when the hell that game come out. It's been a long time, so I don't think I'm gonna get the price drop that I'm looking for. And they have like the delicious Last Course, I think it's called, which is the DLC, so you can get that now. So yeah, Cuphead is another big one that I really need to check off my list, because again, it's just the difficulty that keeps me away from that one. It keeps me up at night. I'm just like, oh, Cuphead difficulty, it's gonna be crazy, and I'm just not good at platformers, so I don't know if I can get through that game. So I'm gonna put it on my list. I'm gonna get to it. I will get to Cuphead someday. Let me think if there's any other major indie games that I am missing or really, really want to play. I have a bunch that are on my list that I just don't really know about. Like, there's Spiritfarer, there's I don't know, I'm drawing a little bit of a blank right now, but there's so many amazing indie games out there. So at this point, I am begging for indie game recommendations. If you have them, the more obscure the better. Like, don't give me the main ones, because I've probably already done them aside from Cuphead and Celeste, but give me those obscure ones, the under the radars, those are the ones I'm looking for. So if you can recommend me some great indie games, I would really, really appreciate it. That would be awesome. And I think that's all I got for this episode, y'all. Sorry it's a little bit short, not that short, but I was able to squeeze in a little bit of extra content there for you. But next episode's going to be a lot of fun. I got a lot to talk about, so some shit went down, and we'll talk about that next week. A little teaser there for you. But, next week I'll probably be doing something like a list. Rather, I have a few lists made up right now, so I'll leave it as a surprise, and we'll just kind of leave it for next week. Excuse me. But yeah, you guys are awesome. So freaking awesome, in fact, that you're just awesome. You're fantastic. So something I've been doing recently on my YouTube channel is uploading shorts of my cats. Just the cats. I'm not doing anything other than cats right now, so I don't know what else I would do other than, maybe little video game collection stuff, but right now it's cats. I have 5 cats right now. I love them to death, and I just want to share that with the world. I want to share how cute they are and how lovely they are and just like day-to-day activities that they do. So I put up a handful of shorts on my YouTube channel. I would really love if y'all check them out. Just see my cats. I love them. They're my children. They're my babies, and yeah, so that would be really cool. I've been doing that recently, so check out the YouTube channel. The link is in the description. If you want to look it up, it is GamerGX Videos on YouTube, so please check that out and subscribe. I have gained more subscribers, over the last 2 days than I have over the last 10 years because of my cats. So thank you, cats, for getting me views. I'm getting thousands of views on these videos, and I'm getting likes, I'm getting comments. This is amazing. I haven't had this much interactivity with my YouTube channel since I first started the damn thing back in 2010. That's how long I've been on YouTube, man. I've been on YouTube for fucking 16 years, and I finally surpassed 700 subscribers. I know it's pathetic, but it means a lot to me. I'm reaching for the stars. I'm reaching for 1,000 subs. So if you fucking please share these videos and let me become internet famous. I don't want to work no more. I just want to take videos of my cats and talk about video games and stuff with y'all. Y'all are awesome. So fuck yeah. Let me know about some awesome indie games. Please check out the YouTube channel of my kitties because they're so cute and they want to meet you. So go meet them. And next episode's going to be fun. Should be Infinite Wealth episode after that, and then after that, it's gonna get crazy, y'all. It's gonna get crazy. So stick around with the GX Plus Cast. We'll be back again with some more GX Plus Cast. I didn't do a good job finishing that off, but I tried my best.